Having children is a scam. Having a family, a nuclear family, is a scam. And why do I say that? I say it because it's been pushed onto us as a society, as a commodity, or a bug, as a milestone, like a main milestone that most people will achieve. I mean, it's pushed onto me. I'm a fucking lesbian, and having children is pushed onto me. I have people in my comments saying that I will never know true happiness unless I have a child, saying that my life will be miserable and terrible unless I have children. I mean, these things are pretty terrible to say. I mean, imagine someone coming up to you and saying, if you're not good at basketball, your life is going to be miserable. You'll just never know true happiness because being good at basketball is true happiness. Or if you don't make $100,000 a year, you'll never know true happiness. You don't understand. Like, you just suck right now because you don't have $100,000 a year. It's like, well, maybe I don't want $100,000 a year. Maybe I don't give a fuck about basketball. Maybe I just want to live a simple life and do what I want to do. This video is not to say that there aren't amazing parents with amazing abilities and love and desire and passion for being a parent. That's not it at all. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is everybody has different interests, different wants, different talents, different likes and dislikes. Everybody is different. But the way that parenthood has been pushed onto us, it's almost like they're saying every single person has the ability to be a parent and every single person should be a fucking parent. That's like saying every single person has the ability to be a doctor and every single person should be a fucking doctor. Come on now. It's literally like saying a surgeon, like where there's gore involved. It's like, no, not everybody has the ability to be a surgeon and not everybody wants to be a fucking surgeon. And that's how it should be with children, especially nowadays. In the olden days, there were reasons to have children. People died at the age of 60 on average. Life was shorter, life was harder. There were reasons to have children, like on the family farm as workers, or knowing that life was short and that life is very fragile, because back in the day, they saw life as fragile. Women barely made it through childbirth, if they did at all. Children barely made it due to disease and lack of hygiene, and children, even to this day, are more susceptible to diseases and viruses, but back then, before medical innovation, they were especially at high risk of death because their immune systems are just weaker. So children died at a much higher rate. There were reasons we had children back in the day. I'm sure there's even more reasons than that. I just can't really think of one anymore. Comment down below. Why did we have children back in the day? There was a reason. And it's not because we wanted to be parents as a hobby. I feel like when people sign up to be parents nowadays, it's a much less, I guess you could say, it's a different reason. People have children for different reasons nowadays. We don't have children to work in our fields or to take over the family business or to replenish the population on Earth. I mean, come on, we're 8 billion people. Do we really need more? Today we have children, you know, I hate to say it, but because it's trendy, but because it's something that we're told is going to give us the ultimate happiness and the ultimate euphoria and the ultimate love. It's something that's advertised to us very heavily. We have children because we think it's going to add something to our lives. whether that's love, purpose, fulfillment, maybe a better relationship between you and your partner. The reasons for having children these days is incredibly different. And I think it's causing a lot of regretful parents. Reason being, I don't think we have to have children. I don't think that you're missing out if you don't have children. Even if you say that you want children, just go on r/Reddit. Just go on Reddit, r/regretful parents. I mean, there's just so many people that were like, I wanted kids all my life, I had them, and now I hate my life. You know, kids are a decision that are not to be made lightly. It's a decision not to be made lightly. Kids are something that you can't go backwards on. You can't take that away. You can't return it to a store. You can't say, no, thank you, never mind. I did this for 4 years and now I'm done. No. And kids are not something that stop being a responsibility after 18. You will forever be a parent, even if your child passes on, which will also be incredibly unfortunate, even if you regret your children. Even if you don't hate being a parent, there are people out there that love being a parent, they love their children, but they also still regret having them because of what could have been. It is probably more likely that you will regret having children than never having children. You could probably get to your deathbed at 80 and be like, I'm kind of glad I didn't have children, versus, I wish I didn't have children. It's a little bit more intense. Let's say you do regret having children. Let's go through that scenario. If you regret having children, doesn't matter. You have children. There's nothing you can do about it that isn't going to hurt you, the children, etc., etc. The only thing that's going to work, the only thing that you can do for both you and your children is to be their parent. That's the only thing you can do, and try to be the best parent that you can be. Now, if you have children and you regret it, it doesn't matter. You always have children. Too bad. But let's say you don't have children and you regret not having children. I would bet there's something deeper to that. If you regretted not having children, what are you actually thinking that you missed out on? Love, fulfillment? Did you not get fulfillment through a career or volunteering or helping at animal shelters or helping with the environment or being with a person, dating people, being innovative, making friends, going on vacations, traveling the world? Did you not find purpose in life at all? Okay, if it's love, you never found love. Not everybody finds love. Even people who have children sometimes don't even find love. Sometimes they choose a sucky partner, and then they hate having children and they hate their fucking partner, or they become a single parent. That kind of sucks. Look, if you regret having children, there's an open door, right? Let's say you turn 45 and you're like perimenopausal and you're like, I regret not having children. I feel like I missed out on something. Yeah, it is a once in a lifetime kind of experience. You can foster children, or you can get involved with animals. You have options. If you regret not having children, you have options, you have open doors. You can look at yourself in the mirror at 45 and say, damn, I kind of wish I had kids and a husband and a white picket fence. Or you can look at yourself in the mirror and say, well, what can I do now? What direction can I take now? What can I do that can give me a similar, what I think is this feeling? Because, right, parents have children because they think they're going to feel something. They think they're going to feel some sort of a euphoric, out-of-this-world type of love. But having children is work. It's responsibility. It's fragile. It's having to accept that no matter what, you're probably going to fuck up these children. Because everybody comes from dysfunction. And dysfunction passes on to dysfunction unless you really look within and are self-aware and heal yourself. And that is so rare that people do that these days. I mean, I don't know if they did it back in the day, but it is so rare that people even remotely do that, that it is more likely you will pass down your traumas to your children than not. Work, responsibility, that's really all it is. It's never resting. There is never a moment that you can rest when you have a child. Say goodbye to sleeping. Say goodbye to the exact career that you wanted. Say goodbye to your relationship with your partner, the relationship you knew. Say hello to a new version. You may or may not like it. Say hello to no time for yourself, for your friends, even for your family. Say hello to screaming and crying, feeding, changing, pooping. Say hello to doctor's visits, illness, money, spending money, 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 money. Children are money. Big dollar sign. And then some. School events. School activities. Say goodbye to yourself. Say goodbye to your husband or your wife or whoever. Say goodbye to those things. Say goodbye to the life that you have always known, which has always just been you as your responsibility. Now, you're essentially a nurse or a nursing home worker. Because why? Because you're taking care of a person, a human being, that cannot help themselves. So for a good chunk of time, you're kind of like a nurse. If you think about it. And nurses go through hell day in and day out. But you don't get paid. You don't get paid for being this type of a nurse. And you never will. What's it gonna pay off in? The highlight reel. Just the highlight reel though. Because the in-between, between the little snippets of the highlight reel, is mostly suffering, hard work. Now I know people are probably gonna be in my comments like, it is not suffering, I love it, it's the best, oh my God. And I'll bring it back to the argument. Then you were made to be a parent, sir or madam. You were made to be a parent. And there are still people who are not made to be parents. It doesn't mean they're bad people. It doesn't mean they're irresponsible or immature. It doesn't mean they're flawed or terrible or selfish. It means that it's probably not their thing. Okay? Just because, you know, look at the Olympics. These people make sports look easy. And these sports and their athletic ability are so incredible that they've now made it to these games, which host the best of the best athletes in the world from country to country. That's some pretty incredible shit. That's an incredible feat. But these people are rare. These people are rare, okay? Not just anybody grows up to be an Olympic athlete. Not just anybody grows up to be an Olympic parent, okay? You can sit here and say, parenting is easy. Or, well, by my third child, it was easy. Or, once they turned 10, it was easy. You can say whatever you want. That doesn't make it true for everybody else. And my theory is that most people are not cut out to be parents, even if they say they want to be. A lot of them will say they want to be parents, have genuine desire and love for the children and children in general, become parents and feel severely disappointed and shameful that they're just not good at it. Now you can learn and get better, but I tried math I've tried math my entire life. And from the very moment math fell upon my desk in paper form, I knew that this was not the journey for me. I have never been good at math, any math, and I never will be. And I just kind of have to accept that, despite the fact that I'd love to be good at math. It's a good way to jog your brain. It's a good way to figure out your grocery list faster, your bills, your investments. Would love to be good at math, but numbers scare the ever-loving shit out of me. I can't look at them without peeing a little. So, despite the fact that I like math and I would love to be good at math, I am not, and I never will be. So it would kind of be like me going into knowing these things and then yet still becoming a mathematician. But look, I'm a horrible mathematician. Not good at it, can't get a job. Just saying. And of course, most people are not healed. Most people are walking around completely unhealed, toxic human beings, and then they go ahead and have children and fuck them up. So of course, I believe in abortion, of course. I'm pro-choice, 100%. Because I would rather a parent who does not want to parent a child to not become a parent. And don't even get me started on the foster system because it's a nightmare. Do not bring children into this life just to be put into a foster home. That sounds horrible, horrific. And for those who say like not having children is selfish, first of all, nobody is completely selfless on this planet. I don't think you understand that. Most people, including you, are selfish. I hope that you realize that, because it's just true. And it's okay to be selfish sometimes. There are times that call for selflessness, and there are times that call for selfishness, and we should embrace both. But if you say it's inherently selfish to not have children, technically, yes and no. Yes, because I like my alone time. I don't want to clean up messes 24/7. I don't want to be a maid for the rest of my life. I cannot stand the screaming, crying babies at a store for 2 minutes, let alone for the entire day. God forbid that happens. It does. Yeah, is that selfish? Sure. But is like me choosing not to eat apples because I don't like apples also selfish? Preferring not to deal with something because I don't like it is selfish? I guess so. I guess then I'm being selfish a lot, and so are you. And it's not selfish to not want children, because I know if I brought children into this world, I would not be a good parent, because I don't want to be a parent. People who don't want to be parents don't just become good parents because they're a parent now. Like, having a baby doesn't make you a good parent all of a sudden. Having a husband and then having a baby doesn't improve your wedding, your marriage. Doesn't improve your marriage to have a baby. It can actually complicate it. Totally change your relationship. So no, it's also selfless. I don't want to bring a child into this world that's kind of bleak, where AI are going to take over our jobs in a few years. We might not have money, we might be homeless. Who the fuck knows what's going to happen in the next few years with this shit. Everything's too expensive. The rising cost of living versus the non-rising cost at all of wages. is disturbing and concerning, and the fact that we are living in like this dystopian Hunger Games 1984 scenario does not make me want to bring a child into this. I don't want to bring another human life to experience the suffering that which is the earth. I don't even want to come back to earth when I die. I do not. So why would I want someone else to take my place? Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I think having children is more selfish than not. I think having children is selfish because when you have them, you have this idealization about what it's going to be like, who they're going to be, what they're going to be like, and the reality is you don't know. You don't know if they're going to like you. You don't know if they're going to want to take care of your ass in a nursing home someday. They might not. Why do you think nursing homes exist? Because nobody has the time, the energy, or the money to take care of their parents. So they end up in a nursing home. You don't know if you're going to be a good parent. You don't know if you're going to like your child. You don't know anything. You're just bringing them here for what? To check off a box on your list of life milestones that everybody told you that you should have. You want to be happier? You want fulfillment? It's all like you, I. I want fulfillment. I want to be happy. It's all I want. Now, do I think it's selfish in every scenario? No, but I do think having a child is both selfish and not selfish as well. Because, you know, the baby didn't consent to be here. We didn't like call the baby on the phone in heaven and say, hey, do you want to be born? We didn't consult with the baby if it wants to be here. So it's selfish and also technically non-consensual. And if you already know that life and the world is going to shit, why are you bringing somebody else into this? And it's selfless maybe because, you know, you have a lot of money, you have a great family, you have a huge, giant family, and you live on a huge farm, and you guys are gonna be okay no matter what. Sure, bring children in, have a blast, have a party. If you have a village to help you raise that child, which is also not guaranteed, nobody is obligated to take care of your child, except for you. But yeah, bring them on in. If you have the perfect environment for a child, you can afford them, you can give them an amazing, beautiful life. You know that you have the funds to give them a beautiful life for their entire life. And you know you're gonna raise them right, make sure they treat people kindly, whatever. And you've accepted all the possible downsides, things that could go wrong. Have that child, go for it. Nobody's telling you not to have children. We're just saying, hey, for the fence sitters, or even for people who are very into having children, just take a breath and fucking think about it for a second. Just think about it for a little bit longer. And I promise you, you have a better chance of choosing the direction that's gonna make you the happiest. I promise you. Pregnancy hurts the woman's body more than we even realize. Like, complications for women after pregnancy, extremely high likelihood that they will have some sort of complication or side effect. It stretches the woman's body to no return. It doesn't bounce back perfectly or like it was before, sexually, physically. Some women gain so much weight that it's just hard to lose it. It changes your appetite forever. You know, some women say, so since I ate all that on my pregnancy, now I'm just starving all the time because I want to lose weight, but my stomach is just larger now. Like the capacity is larger. Pregnancy is not pretty for women, no matter how pretty social media makes it. Pregnancy is not beautiful, it's painful, torture, and horrific, gory, gruesome, damaging. I'm not saying that creating a life with someone that you love and growing that life in your uterus and birthing that life isn't a beautiful miracle. I'm not necessarily saying that, but I think the amount that people have children these days is just so unnecessary. It's just unnecessary. We don't need to have all these children. It's like a child is born every second. But pregnancy ruins the body, and nobody really tells you. Nobody really tells you that. Nobody tells you that at all, I feel like. Most people are trying to sell pregnancy to you, if you can't tell, which is why I say it's a scam. If you are not happily married and super dedicated and open to whatever may happen, if your child turns out to be what you don't want them to be, if your child turns out to not even like you, if your child turns out to have a major disability, you should be ready for all those things to possibly occur. Because you might think your child's gonna come out and be like a little version of you, when actually your child comes out and they're a little version of the devil. That is possible, it happens, it doesn't matter how you raise them, it doesn't matter what you've taught them. They just are that way. And that's what you get. So you need to be open to these things, and then you can have children. There should be like tests that people need to take before having children. Maybe even like mental health evaluations before we let people have children. I know they say that like depopulation is occurring slowly, but once boomers are gone and Gen X is our oldest generation, that is when the population will start to decline. And we'll actually have older people more so in the workplace than younger people. And we're not replacing the working class, which is typically what you consider 35 to like 45 or something like that. We're not like replenishing those people. I don't know, it's happening in Japan. I know eventually we will face a depopulation event. So that's why people push for people to have babies, because people are not having enough babies right now. But I think that's ultimately okay, because we as a society are we are at the very tip of beginning to normalize that some of us just don't want to have kids. And that it's okay. We don't need to have kids. If I don't have kids and I regret it later, it's not the end of the world. There's other shit that I can do. But if I do have kids and I regret it, there's nothing I can do. So if you're fence sitting and you're really thinking and wondering, should I have kids? No. That's not good enough. My mom has always said to me, do not buy an item unless you really, really, really want it. And I took that to heart. So I do not commit to something. I do not sign a contract or pay for something or commit to a lifelong thing or years-long thing unless I really, really want to. You gotta really, really want to. And then accept that you might actually regret it even if you really, really wanted it. So instead of just having babies to put them on Instagram or to say, I have a big family, instead of all this superficial, meaningless, highlight reel shit, get real. Having children is a real, major decision. It's not one to be fucked around with. I mean, look It's the modern day. You as a woman, or even you as a man, can do whatever you want. Nobody's going to look down upon you because you didn't get married and have kids. I mean, there are the outliers that do, but just remember, those people are just, if they get mad at you for not having babies, they just regret having babies. That's what it is. For example, I regret going to college and paying $100,000 for my tuition. But I don't look down at people who say, I don't want to do that. I'd rather go to a trade school and pay $2,000 for my entire tuition. I would applaud you. I would applaud you. I would not, like, look down upon you because you didn't spend $100,000 to get an education. So I've accepted the fact that I made a mistake and I regret it. The people who get mad at you for not having children, they haven't accepted the fact that they regret it and they can't admit it to themselves. So this is a major, major decision, not something to be taken lightly. I mean, people choose a pregnancy before they even, faster than they choose a car or they choose a house. People get pregnant faster than people who need a new car choose their car. It's like, this is a difficult decision to make. And it should not be taken lightly. If your partner wants children and you don't, leave. If your partner baby trapped you, leave. And also, if you're like, I have kids and I hate my husband or I hate my wife, but I don't want to divorce them for the kids, divorce. Divorce. Staying together as an unhappy couple is worse for the children than divorce. That's my opinion. We in life are pressured into a lot of things by society. Society kind of sucks in that matter because people really do shit because they want to see you miserable. People don't want to see you happy. People don't want to see you healthy. People don't want to see you thriving better than they are. So why would you believe in anything that society tries to put onto you? Society wants you to have children because misery wants company. That's why. So when society tells you, you gotta go to university, you gotta buy that car, you gotta buy that house, you gotta get your vaccine, you gotta have those children, you gotta get married, you gotta have that big $30,000 wedding. When society tells you those things, think twice. Because misery loves company. And they're full of misery. They're full of misery. They want you to be miserable too. I'm not saying do everything opposite that society recommends, but think before you do, because this society sucks. This society is miserable, and they want you to be miserable too. So, don't have kids. You will be better off without them. We do not need to replenish the population quite yet, don't worry. Anyway, like, comment, share, and subscribe if you like this type of content. And feel free to comment down below. Do you have children? Do you regret it? Do you have children but you love it? Let me know down below. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video.